Hello, my name is Michelle Edwards, and I'm going to be doing a mock therapy session where I'm going to be representing the therapist, and my spouse Bob is going to be representing the client. The goal of my session is to explore Bob's emotions related to his relapse in drinking. Bob has been doing really great with his drinking for months. He's been sober for 3 or 4 months, but a stressful situation in his life has changed this, and he has relapsed. So he has contacted me and to see how about his relapse. The technique we're going to be doing is a push button technique, and this is a relapse therapy session where Bob has contacted me after 4 months after he relapsed, so I can help him with his emotions. Hello, Bob.
Hello.
Okay, Bob, I need you to close your eyes, and I need you to think of a positive experience where you felt confident, successful, and content. And can you please describe this positive experience to me?
Well, ever since I have given up alcoholism, I'm being very focused, very mindful about accomplishing my task at work and meeting my deadlines and everything, and being a successful team player with my group, and after hours, I'm being a very dedicated father and spouse to my wife and of course my children. And we enjoyed nature walks, we enjoyed drives, and we're actually doing a flower garden, which really has done very well. We actually contributed to it as a group, so everybody together we put the top and the process together. With that kind of got my mind off of the thinking about alcoholism and the urge that I previously experienced with it. Thank you. That's it.
Okay, Bob, that's a pleasant memory with your family, right? So that's your pleasant memory? Okay, Bob, I need you to close your eyes, and I need you to think of a negative emotion, a negative memory, where you had feelings of anger, shame, sadness, and depression. I need you to, something related to your relapse. What's caused your relapse? Was there like a death in your family, a loss of a job? What's the unpleasant memory, okay?
All right. Well, the bad experience I had was, when I had a very, hectic, very stressful day at work, and things really got overwhelming for me, and it felt that, I had to figure out some way to, kind of relieve all the anxiety and the stress I was going through, with the overload of work at work, the long hours and everything else. So I was using, alcoholism to kind of give me some sense of relief from all the stresses and the worries and anxieties. And for a long time, I have no urge for having to want to have a drink and whatnot. But unfortunately, that very day, I did go and pick up a 6-pack of beer, and I had one drink, which I thought was just going to be one, and then that kind of led to another, and then another, and of course it led back to even more, costing me to take away all the worries from the hard, hectic days at work, and going back to using alcohol as a sense of relieving from all the stress and all the anxiety that I was experiencing. Unfortunately, I was in a situation where I didn't have any other routes to go to, but I took the unfortunate route of going back to drinking, to relieve me of the stresses I was going through. That's it.
So your stressful relapse, the reason you relapse, is it because work is more stressful and you got more responsibilities? Is that what's causing your relapse?
Yes, yes. The manager basically he doubled my workload to what I was previously doing. I was actually looking after my regular position, but he added many things that are in even on my job description that was basically, in my opinion, very ridiculous. But I couldn't really say anything because that was a device that was kind of what my manager expected me to do. So to satisfy his expectations, I talk about taking this extra workload out, thinking that I can handle it, but I was actually wrong because it actually was double than what I was doing already, and all that led to a lot of stress, a lot of overwhelming, and that kind of led me to why I relapsed from back to drinking because of all the anxiety and the stress I was going through, with the double responsibilities I was passed on.
Is there any way you can talk to your boss about that, or?
Yeah, that's something I'm going to try to do. Two things. One, I want to talk to him, and number two, I don't. The reason I want to talk to him because it is a concern for me, and it's not. It's actually going to be affecting me mentally and emotionally. But if I go and talk to him, what I'm afraid of is he's going to either downsize my workload or denote me to a lower paid position. So I really, so there's two sides to the coin that I'm trying to figure out what is the best alternative for me to do to where I can actually get my regular, career track back, but at the same time, I wanted to have it where it's satisfying the manager, but at the same time, not offending him by telling him my concerns. So that's something that I'm trying to approach about. That's it.
Okay, and now Bob, I need you to close your eyes one more time, and I need you to think of a pleasant memory, okay? Again, a pleasant memory like you were thinking about earlier, where you're confident, successful, and contented and happy, okay? A pleasant memory.
Okay.
Can be related to work, but is a positive, successful memory.
Okay. So getting back to the positive side of things, and this is going to be kind of, again, going back to relations to work. I did take on the courage to collect my thoughts, and I did actually confront my manager, and I sat down with a list of concerns that I had in regards to his expectations and what he was expecting of me. And I was showing him my work performance, what it was like before doing my original work responsibilities versus what it is like now with double the workload. And I said to him that it's affecting me mentally and emotionally, and it's actually affecting me physically because it's actually creating double the work responsibilities, working longer hours, not looking after myself, and of course not looking after spending time with family, and of course it's affecting me at a point where I'm actually going to either burn out or I'm actually going to want to stress.
Remember, Bob, this is going to be a positive memory, something that's really makes successful. So standing up to your boss is a positive memory, right?
Yes, yes.
So where you're being confident, right? You're confident. You're standing up. You're being contented.
Yes.
And you're being happy. So
yes.
Your memory is where you're standing up to your boss, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So at the end of that resolution, the boss, really understood my concerns, and at the same time, he wasn't aware that this was affecting me in many ways. So what he kind of done is he split the responsibilities up with me and of course 6 of my peers who were working in my department. So we were still getting a bit of extra workload, but it wasn't 100% going on my shoulders. It was being split up 1/6 between the 6 of us. So after that was done, the weight was kind of off my shoulders, and I felt some sense of relief and a sense of achievement because I was achieving my expectations from my manager, and at the same time, I wasn't having to spend the long, done hours, but I went back to keeping up on my workload, accomplishing my workload, going home a regular already eating, and having that family time with the family, and of course having some time for extracurricular and different things like that. So that kind of made me happier, and I wasn't overwhelmed with anxiety anymore. I was more or less happier and more pleasant, and that kind of focused me on not having any relapse urges or going back to my alcoholism, which I was struggling through in the past. So I pretty much put everything started being put behind me, and I moved forward in a healthier and a positive way. That's it.
Okay, so Bob, right now you're relapsing, but that's your goal to get back from your relapse. Is that correct?
Yes.
Because you came to see me because you're having some trouble relapsing and you don't want that to happen. So you're trying to sort out your emotions. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so thank you for your time. I'll see you on the next session to see how you're doing with controlling your relapse.